Yo, good evening, everyone at home from USA, Canada, International, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens. This is your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most misunderstood lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and of course, Queens, New York native from Laurelton, Queens, New York. And you are, hold on a sec. Yeah, and you are rocking with the 282nd episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York Avenue podcast. Live and direct from StreamYard alongside with you two. Sorry for the lateness. I was watching a Mets game and they actually took care of the Cardinals. So it was 4-2. And yeah, and make sure you go ahead and follow the podcast on Facebook and Instagram and Threads, all that great stuff right there, and turn on your notifications and all that other stuff. So um if you are new to the channel and you miss any new and previous episodes whatsoever, please go ahead and grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page, G Money Stacks 555, where you can see all the live recording episodes of the New York episodes on there. And tap on the Noni Noni bell alongside with alerts so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. Be sure to leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics. Download the episodes, listen, stream, watch these episodes, especially on Spotify as well. And of course, share the episodes, share the videos, and of course, I'll handle the rest at the end of the show. All right. Okay, I'm gonna cut to the chase. I'm gonna cut to the chase to the New York Mass Transit files, since I don't have any mental health related topics to talk about. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut to the chase. So let's do this right now. Okay, our first particular topic is from AMNY, the website. Here's what's happening here. So the city will kick off construction next week on the redesign of nearly 2 miles of Third Avenue on the Upper East Side, adding bus and protected bike lanes to the car-centric stretch. The Department of Transportation, which announced the plan in October, will be repurposing two of the five northbound vehicle travel lanes, currently occupying the roadway between 59th and 96th Streets. The lanes will make way for a dedicated bus lane and a parking protected bike lane, plus other infrastructure like pedestrian islands. End quote. This project will be transformational for Third Avenue, prioritizing the safety and mobility of all New Yorkers, said DOT Commissioner Edonis Rodriguez. Building a complete street featuring a dedicated bus lane, protected bike lane, and pedestrian islands is about putting people first. Third Avenue is regarded by DOT as a Vision Zero priority corridor due to its car-centric design. At 70 feet, it's wider than most Manhattan avenues, and its history of fatalities and injuries among pedestrians and cyclists. 12 pedestrians and one cyclist have been killed along the nearly 2 mile stretch over the past decade, according to NYC Crash Mapper. Sheesh. Damn. Damn, that's scary right there. Yeah. Okay. So the new bike lanes are between 9 and 11 feet wide at various points, which is bulkier than most of the city's protected bike lanes, according to DOT. Those riding buses on 3rd Avenue have also borne the brunt of its current design. The M102, which runs northbound on 3rd Avenue, was declared the slowest bus in the city last year by the Strap Hangers campaign, traveling at a pathetic 4.6 miles per hour. Damn. The redesign will also add two new layover areas for delivery workers at 84th and 86th Streets, where the bike messengers can rest or wait for more deliveries. Chick-fil-A's, no, excuse me, Chick-fil-A has opened a rest hub for deliveristas on the Upper East Side, but similar efforts by the city and other neighborhoods like the Upper West Side and Fordham have been thwarted by community pushback. Damn. All right, so we have so we have another transit story to get to. Let's see. We got another transit story to get to. Um, all right, so the MTA will boost service levels on 5 subway lines next month, which is right now. Um, which is right now reducing both weekday and weekend headways with money secured in this year's state budget. And this was all right. So previously, additional trains will be added to the C line on weekdays starting August 7th, bringing headways between trains during the midday hours down to 8 minutes. On August 12th, um, weekend service will be reduced to 6 minute headways on the 1 and 6 lines. Finally, starting August 28th, weekday service will be boosted on the N and R lines, bringing headways down to 8 minutes during midday hours. Last month, the agency announced an increase in weekend frequency on the G, J, and M lines. The authority will announce further service enhancements in December and July of next year. Most other most other major transit systems in America are cutting service, said MTA New York City Transit President Rich Davey during the MTA's Transit Committee on Monday. We are running 100% pre-COVID service and adding more service for 75 to 80% of our customer base. Funding for the service expansion comes from $35 million allocated in the state budget. $35 million, damn. Wow. $35 million. Okay. Yeah. $35 million. Okay. Advocates and progressive electeds has sought to increase service to the point no subway rider ever waited more than 6 minutes for a train. I don't know why this is there. but um okay, let me see. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all there is actually. Okay. All right. So, okay, let's go to the next segment. Okay, the next segment is going to be chatting on the jazz, man. Let's do this. So, a couple weeks ago, I actually was watching a YouTube video in regards to Sag Aftra being in Times Square. We're gonna get into that right there. They were there a couple weeks ago, and let me fill you in on what went down according to Deadline. Sag Aftra will hold a mass rally in Times Square, which took place July 14th. And this took place on Tuesday morning. It's expected to be the biggest rally in NYC since the strike began on July 14th. Celebs scheduled to attend the city for a fair contract rally include Bryan Cranston, um, Steve Buscemi, Christian Slater, Lauren Ambrose, Christine Baranski, Matt Bomer, Titus Burgess, Liza Colin Zayas, Gregory Diaz, Jennifer Ailey, Nancy Giles, Denai Guerrera, Jill Hennessy, Marin Hinkle, Stephen Lang, Arian Moyed, Wendell Pierce, Corey Stahl, and Merritt Weaver. So SAG Aftra is fighting to ensure its members receive their fair share of streaming revenues, increase compensation to keep pace with inflation, and an agreement that will give actors informed consent and fair pay when AI creates digital replicas of their performance, voice, and likeness, the Guild said in a statement. Also attending will be SAG Aftra National Executive Director and Chief Negotiator Duncan Crabtree, Ireland Secretary Treasurer Jolie Fisher, New York President uh, Ezra Knight, and Executive Director New York Local Labor Policy and International Affairs Rebecca Damon. State and local labor leaders who will be on hand include WGA East Executive Director Lowell Peterson, New York State AFL-CIO, President Mario Salento, and NYC Central Labor Council President Vincent Alvarez. So that's pretty much on what went down. This is a recap of what went down. So um the craziest shit is the first strike happened in the 1980s. So I'm actually going to read some comments on here on Deadline here. So and This person says after the 1988 WGA strike, I calculated how long it would take before the increased rate would cover my 22 weeks of lost income. It would have taken decades. There were no other terms that improved conditions for me at my job. How many years will it take for today's working writers to recoup their lost income? That's a good question. This strike is really BS, which stands for bullshit, folks. It's only the SAG actors who aren't making the six figures, six plus figures salary, and have the worst entertainment attorneys in the business who are on strike. It's not the whole union after actors aren't on strike. The use of AI has been used in the movies since 1953. Damn, 1953. None of us was alive when that shit happened. I'd be mad too. Yeah, that's pretty scary, folks. Um, all right, 1953, and the last movie to use the technology is currently showing in Mission Impossible. The only people who are getting hurt are the ones who live paycheck to paycheck and don't have any backup jobs to support themselves. No actor in their right mind will sign a paper that says they will be paid one time to use their likeness and image in perpetuity. This is the word that Samuel Jackson was talking about when we talked about the reason why him and Ice Cube don't approve of AI mimicking their voices and all that other stuff. So if you see the word perpetuity, of course, make sure you when you see it, make sure before you sign it that you take it to a lawyer and everything else in between, and then from there, um, whatever happens, happens. And in any form of the producers choose, that is like agreeing to piracy and theft of intellectual property. What type of deal is that? No deal. And another person says, um, shut up already with the self contradictions. How is it theft if you've been paid? If the studio say they'll pay 65K to use your face in this film, yeah, it's a good deal. It's a good deal. Stop being greedy. That's and another person says that's background. Are talking about 187 a day to use your likeness and perpetuity. They are not paying 65K to someone to use their likeness to create a crowd scene in a stadium or to use your likeness in some other background scene later. I say a new contract will be a very good deal for the SAG Aftra actors to end their own strike. And it could take days and weeks and not months, I hope. And laugh out loud. Who's who of the entertainment business? Ha ha! A clown show. The actors will fold. For someone named Joy, you actually really suck. it's really telling you. It's really telling that you have five actors who are recognizable in this strike. It's a strike for extras, which shall be replaced by AI. Not a good idea, man. To be look, folks. Let me just say this though, man. AI cannot do what human beings can do. They cannot. They cannot replicate the types of scripts, the types of TV shows, the types of movies that that we do creatively and naturally and all other stuff. And I feel like the reason why the reason why I agree with the people who don't approve with this whole AI mess is because of the fact that you know they feel like that everything's going to be copied, which is plagiarism. And then you gotta work, and then you gotta think about the copyright shit of other people's of other people's work. If you're gonna be using AI and shit, if you're gonna be using AI and shit, you might as well pay these people. Otherwise, otherwise you just otherwise you otherwise you just like doing doing that shit for fucking the service. That's just how I feel about this though. Um anyway, no, not only background, they don't get residuals. It's for everyone. And another person says, BFD. I'm not sure what that means. With the waivers, most projects are being filmed offshore, and these actors would be paid as distant hires with housing and per diem bumps. Additional FC travel for family and assistance. And another person says, will NSY will NSYNC will NSYNC be on TRL something? That's old news, man. Come on. Come on. Come on, man. A bunch of has-beens. The real talent are still working in secret. How does a SAG after work in secret? Who does SAG think will be influenced by this? Hint: they are working to keep their lower tiered members on board with strike under the absurd premise that 120,000 SAG members can make a full time living as actors. This will not end well. A good offer is one the table. Even a reasonable counter proposal would end this whole deal. Aim for an extra point or two in first year base. The reason it won't end quickly and is not the studios, it's labor. Strikers are cannon fodder for their greater narrative, swinging for the fence across the board while Biden is in their pocket. It's for solidarity because we unions are getting on the same page to break the AMPTP. Note my fellow Teamsters in attendance. Okay, another person says the lower members are the ones who want the strike in the first place. They are the ones who actually stand to gain anything here. It's really important these celeb stars speak about how this affects the middle class actor and not them. They are alluding just fine. This contract is about the middle class, not the rich and famous. Please use this opportunity to help those who are hurting. Another person says that's who this fight is for, and I can't believe you don't see it. The stars are not working so that they can fight for those of us who are not making health insurance minimums or getting killed on the cost of even auditioning for a job. Name another industry where the people who make big money are willing to sacrifice for those who don't but hope to be them one day. They are amazing and generous to stand with their union and fellow members. Timothy Chalamet and Adam Sandler were recently pictured playing basketball together on a court in New York. They need to show up and support SAG and WGA at the rally. But they are busy as you mentioned. So companies are going bankrupt with hundreds of thousands out of work while SAG strikes for an extra $60 to a day player. Dear Franny, take care of AI for us and then make a deal. This is the definition of stupid. I predict a massive showing of solidarity. No shameless self promotion will be exhibited between this and the $250 fine that Universal had to pay for trimming those trees. I say we just about hand the studios where we want them. Good for them. Sounds like fun. Yikes. I'm gonna be doing more of this this writers and actors strike as soon as I see some updates and stuff. And of course, I'm going to be including the TV shows and movies that's being delayed in a future episode. So I'm not going to have time to do it here. Next, we have the Barclays Center. And this is from patch.com. Okay, Prospect Heights. Let me see. Yes, Prospect Heights, New York. Barclays Center workers called off a potential strike after reaching a tentative agreement with their employer to increase pay. Union representatives announced Tuesday. I'm glad they averted the strike. The same with the UPS people. They averted the strike as well. The food and beverage workers employed by Levy restaurants and organized with Unite Here Local 100 secure raises between $5 and $11.20 an hour, eventually bringing the lowest workers' pay up to $25 an hour, Unite Here said in a news release. Okay. Okay. So the tentative contract effective through 2027, that's far away, man. Would also include health insurance for more levy workers, tips for concessions workers, pension contributions, a 401k employer match, and flexibility to work at other levy properties, union organizers announced. As always, Brooklyn does it best. Levy and Unite Here workers at Barclays came together at the bargaining table and walked away with the best contract in the union's history, said Brooklyn Borough President Antonio Reynoso in a tweet. The contract still needs to be approved with a union member vote, organizers said. Workers were expected to vote Monday on authorizing a walkout just hours before Drake was expected to take the Barclays stage for 4 days, the New York Daily News reported. It will raise the standards for us in all classifications at Barclays. I'll actually have health insurance through the job. I've worked since day one. LaShawn Saunders, a levy concession stand lead at Barclays Center, said in a statement. Glad they didn't go through with the strike either. I'm glad they didn't. Okay. Up next, okay. This one I never heard before. I never heard of this term before as far as another word for being ghosted is getting zombied. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this shit. This is unheard of, man. This shit is so unheard of. Oh man. And this is from the New York Post actually. Turns out there's something worse on the dating scene than being ghosted. Singer-songwriter Marielle Darling took to TikTok to share the latest horrifying dating trend, being zombied. Girl, you are being ghosted. I'm being zombie, she shared with her 255,900 followers on the platform. It's like ghosting, but he comes back from the dead after a couple of months and hits you up. She explained in the video with 1.5 million views and 151,100 likes. Sheesh. Well, damn, man. I know sometimes getting ghosted can't be a good thing, but I be running for the hills, man. Yeah, that part too. I would run for the hills. Oh man. I would run for the hills, man. Trust me. Um okay. Hold on a second, folks. My tablet is acting weird. Okay. Okay, here we are. In a follow-up video, she added that dating in New York City is very much like a zombie apocalypse mixed with the thriller music video because all these boys are tap dancing around commitment. People in the comments agreed and shared their personal zombie experience. Oh wow. Have you ever noticed that they all zombie you at the same time? Like why are four guys from my past all hitting me up on the same day? One person said. That's interesting. That's interesting. Mine has a Jesus complex. He comes back every 3 days. Another joke. It's because the girl he thought was better than you realized he's terrible and goes to him. Someone has suggested. Oh my gosh. This is crazy funny right there. Yeah. Okay, maybe I am. Let's see. What else? I saw someone say she puts gravestone emojis on their name in context so she knows not to deal with them anymore, a user wrote. Oh wow. Tell me why this happened to me 3 times in the last 3 weeks. Someone shared. Try being zombied by a guy named Zombie. Yeah, Rob Zombie to be exact. I did. I didn't know he was just living up to his potential. Another wrote. I think I'm being zombied. One day he ignores me. One day he looks at me as if I'm the most beautiful thing he's ever seen and texts me till 3 a.m. A user admitted. This just happened to me. Only I went out with the guy twice 6 years ago, one person said. Oh, wow. According to dating expert Samantha Jane, this trend has been around as long as relationships have been, and players love to zombie. It can be extremely damaging and confusing, impacts self confidence, and leaves someone feeling anxious about abandonment. Then, when that person reappears rather, can give a sense of hope and a painful reminder of the departure, she told news.com. When an old flame you are over returns out of the blue without an explanation and expects things to be normal, it is cruel and can leave you feeling bewildered. Remember, this person is appearing with no accountability and expects things to be back to normal as to where they left off, Jane said. She shared that there are two main reasons people zombies, one being that the person is bad at communication and doesn't know how to end things. For poor communicators, time eventually passes and they try to reconnect since they ghosted the person due to their own anxieties and insecurities. Yep, it can happen to anybody. Um, the other reason is more malicious and is used as a strategy. They got back with an ex, met someone new, and you are their backup plan, Jane explained. They suddenly feel lonely, run out of options, and know that you are a sure thing to massage their egos until they find the next one. Basically, they treat you like a doormat, so they reappear while disappearing again when they have a better option, she continued. The main difference between the two is the one that was a poor communicator, anxious and overthinking, will come to you with an explanation and often an apology, versus the malicious type will have the mindset of, hey, lucky you, I've reappeared. Let's have fun. But Jane said it's important to remember that the person on the other end is the one partner with the power. Um, you can decide to delete their message, ignore it. After all, this seems to be their style of communication and will send a strong message. Or if you truly want an explanation, then ask. See what they come up with, she explained. Be mindful, it could be them crawling back only to do it again. So often it's not the best idea to dig up a zombie. You could also use this as an opportunity to have a say with a short message that allows you to have a voice. I'm gonna make a question out of this. Has this ever happened? Have you ever been zombie before? I'm gonna make that a question because this topic right here is a little interesting right there. Oh man, that's the most interesting shit I ever heard, man. This is funny. Oh man. All right. All right, we got a little bit of serious stuff to get to. So this is from the Inquirer, and it's been so a while back actually. There has been okay. This having some structure damage in Philadelphia. So let's get into what's going on. Okay, so let's see. Um. Okay, so Philadelphia firefighters riding aboard Engine 38 sailed across a section of I-95 Friday, reopening the East Coast's main expressway. The ride came just 12 days after a blazing gasoline tanker truck no, crashed, destroyed a bridge over the northbound Cotman Avenue exit ramp. Right after Engine 38, the first fire company at the scene of the June 11 collapse, came Gritty standing atop a ladder truck besides Philadelphia's other sports mascots and pumping his fury fist an exclamation point on Governor Josh Shapiro's praise for the grit of the 200 union construction workers who got the highway open months ahead of initial estimates, while being broadcast live online. Sheesh, this is crazy, man. Wow, this is some crazy shit, though, man. Yeah, that part too. Over the past 12 days, the eyes of the nation have been on Pennsylvania. We shown them what our grit, our determination are all about. We showed them good government in action, Shapiro said at the news conference on the temporary 6-lane roadway over I-95, moments before traffic once again began flowing. So I guess that's good news. I guess that's I guess that's good news and stuff. Wait, hold on. Um, wait a second. Okay, I'm not gonna stay on this for too long though. Um, okay. Most well-known famous comedian slash 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 co-host of the talk and host of Pictionary, Jerry O'Connell is a hero. And this is according to TMZ. Um, Jerry O'Connell just needs a pair of glasses because the guy's a real life Clark Kent, leaping into action when he saw a food truck going up in smoke. Law enforcement tells TMZ sheriff's deputies came across the truck fire Sunday in Malibu, swiftly pulling a man out of the vehicle and then started removing nearby propane tanks, which is when Jerry got involved. Jerry, who was in his car with his twin daughters, got out of his ride and were told he immediately went to move a gas can near the food truck. Pretty heroic when you consider another can was already on fire and flames were spreading in a nearby field. We're told he also scaled a fence to grab a fire extinguisher, attempting to keep the flames at bay until the pros in LA County Fire Department arrived to take over firefighting duties. Um, Jerry Jerry has experienced battling blazes. Back in 2003, when a wildfire near the San Bernardino Mountains threatened his home, he helped firefighters for several days and eventually saved his pad. While they couldn't save the food trucks, our sources say the Stand By Me actor and Pictionary host helped firefighters avert an even bigger disaster. Okay, let's make some noise for Jerry O'Connell, man, for saving these for saving the people. Even though the food truck couldn't be saved, at least he saved some lives, man. That's very big. You know what I mean? That's very big. And shouts to Lost Poet 1986. Um, okay, let's make some noise for Jerry O'Connell. Hold on a second. Okay, okay, what we got next? Let me make sure I keep track of. Um, all right. Okay. let's go to let's go to let me see. Let's go to Shaggy. He makes a clarification on the song It Wasn't Me. So let's get into it right here. So let's see. It wasn't the it wasn't the meaning. Shaggy, age 54, told people that fans have long misunderstood the sentiment behind his 2000 sing-along smash hit It Wasn't Me. It was a big misconception with that song because that song is not about that song is not a cheating song. It's an anti-cheating song. Well, yes, it is. Um, yeah, anti-cheating song. It's just that nobody listened to the record to the end. The Jamaican reggae rapper claimed last week. The song starts with singer Rick Ross telling Shaggy that his girlfriend caught him cheating with the girl next door. Rick Ross then asks Shaggy for advice on what to do. He suggests his pal deny wrongdoing. But she caught me on the counter. It wasn't me. Saw me banging on the sofa. It wasn't me. The lyrics go. Shaggy told people there's a part in the record where it's a conversation between two people and you have one guy, which is me at that point, giving that bad advice like, yo, bro, how could you get caught? Tell her it wasn't me, he explained. And then at the end, the guy says, I'm going to tell her that I'm sorry for the pain that I've caused. I've been listening to your reasoning. It makes no sense at all. Going to tell her that I'm sorry. Going to tell her um, that I'm sorry for the pain I caused. You might think that you are a player, but you are completely lost. Shaggy claims nobody hears that part and just sings along to It Wasn't Me, thereby missing the intended meaning. Okay. It's an it's an anti-cheating song, he continued. No one ever really buys into that. And I keep explaining it to people. Then they go listen to it back and be like, oh, dude, I totally missed that. It Wasn't Me was the first single on Shaggy's fifth studio album, Hot Shot, in 2000. It's his highest charting song to date in several countries, including the US, as well as the best-selling single of 2001 in the UK, selling over 1.15 million copies. Wow. That's your clarification on the song It Wasn't Me. It's anti-cheating, okay? It's not what it seems. So there you go. Okay, now let's see if we can go to oh man, wait. Hold on a second here. Wait, wait a minute here. All right. So next we have what you call it. All right, so Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole have a fan in hip hop pioneer Big Daddy Kane, who has hailed the two rappers as true lyricists in the game. In an interview with All Hip Hop, which dropped on Saturday, June 10th, Juice Crew vet was given an update on his upcoming Netflix documentary paragraphs I manifest. When he gave his props to Kendrick and Cole, while tracing their rap lineage to other pillars of the genre. End quote. When you look at the era of the Melly Mel, Grandmaster Caz, and Kumo D, and then you see how it evolved and became Rakim and KRS One, and then you see how it evolved again in the era of Nas, Biggie, and Jay Z. From a lyrical standpoint, you want to see it keep evolving. He said, but by the time the '90s came around, hip hop had become so commercial that it was more important about having commercial songs and something more simplistic. A lot of artists that came after that, their mindset wasn't really on being lyrical, it was on writing catchy songs. That's really where their mindset was. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. um so he continued. So when you see people like J. Cole, Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, Kendrick Lamar, and Lady London, I have a special respect for that because they are true to lyricism. This isn't the first time that Big Daddy Kane has given J. Cole his flowers. In January, he called the workout rapper his hero and shouted out the two Pimp a Butterfly rapper as well. J. Cole is my hero, he said. That's my dude right there. J. Cole is my hero. I love Kendrick as well. Rhapsody, Lady London is a monster. She is incredible. The Juice Crew legend also posted a video of himself on Instagram talking with J. Cole about how important he is for hip hop. A lot of people out there right now are coming to people such as myself and many others, giving us our flowers and whatnot while we're still here. Kane says in the clip, but listen, I want to give this young brother right here his flowers like the real, like on the real. Cole looked down and replied, damn, before Kane continued. I want this brother right here to know that he is my favorite MC out right yeah, favorite MC out here right now. Um, this is the brother right here that makes me feel like hip hop is still alive, and it's here to stay. When I listen to this here brother spit and listen to his music, love you, fam. That's pretty dope. Of Big Daddy Kane, man. That's pretty dope, man. That's dope. That's really dope right here, man. You know what I mean? That's really dope. Um, let's see. Before I do anything else, let me give some applauses to Jerry O'Connell, Big Daddy Kane, and of course, the other person. I forget who. Yeah. Hold on. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Up next. Um Tyga and YG. Yes, Tyga and YG have been actively stoking the anticipation surrounding their upcoming joint album, and the pair have given fans another taste of what's to come. On Thursday, June 15th, the duo released their fourth collaborative track, Platinum, a California theme banger, custom made by two of the state's finest rappers. Both MCs hail from the city of Compton, and their chemistry is palpable on the new single. The track comes with a visual package that pays homage to the Golden State and all its cultural gems. From the Bay Area to Los Angeles, the video features Tyga and YG turning up in front of a landmark sites such as the Golden State Bridge and SoFi Stadium. Most notably, the closing shot shows a mural of the late Mac Dre. You can watch it on YouTube for yourselves. The new song is One Giant Flex. On the chorus, YG raps, "Yeah, we be going platinum without being through 400, 500, what I get a show." Aside from talking about his accolades and wealth, the toxic rapper also references his label 400, which he named after the 400 block of his childhood neighborhood in Compton. Showing love for their home state has been central to Tyga and YG's brand, which is why it makes so much sense for the two to join forces. Earlier this month, they summoned Blast, who is also from South Central LA, on the song West Coast Weekend. Prior to this, Tyga and YG worked on two other songs together, Go Local with John Z and Run with 21 Savage and Bia, while sharing the stage at Rolling Loud in Inglewood, California. Earlier this year, they announced their collaboration album. The pair shared the news right before performing Go Local together. So it's crazy because last year, or like a year or two ago, we was working on the album, but the shit was going so crazy that we only came up with one song, Tiger said, with YG in agreement. But now we about to drop the new album coming soon. You feel me? Yeah. So, of course, if y'all haven't heard it, go check it out on wherever you get your music, whether it's Spotify and whatever music platforms you listen to your music. All right, Ice Spice. Okay. So this is from Vibe. Ice Spice's rise to fame is what some people have considered to be overnight. The Bronx rapper broke into the music scene a little under a year ago with her infectious single Munch, and has quickly reached heights that many seasoned artists have not. The 23-year-old started making music in 2021 and had her first hit a year later. Since then, Ice has gone on to get co-signs from rappers including Drake, Soulja Boy, and Cardi B, while also collaborating with Nicki Minaj, Pink Panthers, Taylor Swift, and Lil TJ. Within a year, she attended the Met Gala and performed at Rolling Loud, Hot 97 Summer Jam, the Governor's Ball, and alongside Swift and her Eras tour. Despite her growing popularity, the self-proclaimed Princess Diana in the Hood has risen eyebrows. Yes, eyebrows, as many question the quick ascension of her success. Ascension of her success. Others have made claims that colorism played a major part in her career taking off, while some feel that her darker skin counterparts are still making strides to the limelight. In a recent cover story with Teen Vogue, Ice addressed remarks about her complexion and fame, saying that people's opinions are not something personal to her. She also said that colorism conversations were being had since the beginning of time. "I have seen those opinions," she said, about critics' thoughts on her success. "I feel like that's not something personal to me. I feel like that's been the conversation for generations and forever since the beginning of time. I try not to feed into negativity because I also see that when people are trying to make that point, it's not out of a good place. They end up putting somebody else down. One artist whose success constantly gets compared to Ice's is Flo Milli. The latter recently came up again when Ice brought her out at Hot 97 Summer Jam. As many fans relish in the two rap stresses uniting on stage, many more couldn't help but to downplay Ice's fame and create discourse around their appearances, as Flo is of a darker complexion. The conceited rhymer whose music has went viral numerous times wasn't an overnight success, nor did she receive as much mainstream attention right away. Having her first big break in 2018 with Beef Flow Mix, many still consider Flow a rising star in 2023. In response to social media's comparison of Ice Spice to Flo Milli, the May I Spitter tweeted, "I wish y'all would stop with the tired ass narrative y'all love to push about my career and stop mentioning me while trying to degrade another artist is weird." She added in another tweet, "I'm doing great. I went from being broke to traveling the world with my talent, and I'm only 23 people. Relax." Despite the negative commentary from critics, Ice has continued to dominate charts and reach commercial success. She recently set the tone for 2023 as the only artist with more top 5 Billboard Hot 100 hits than anyone else. Chart data reported that the Bronx Baddie has 3 leading chart singles so far, with Karma by Taylor Swift, which was number 2 on the chart last week, Princess Diana featuring Nicki Minaj, which peaked at number 4, and A Boy's a Liar with Pink Paintress, which topped the chart at number 3 upon its release. Um, by the way, by the way, um, by the way, her and Nicki Minaj has a song for the Barbie movie soundtrack, Barbie World, which is I'm pretty sure y'all probably remember Aqua, who have the song Barbie Girl. And I'm pretty sure there's a music video out right now for the movie soundtrack right now. So y'all can check it out for yourselves and everything else in between. Okay, so let me see what else we got to talk about here before I even. Okay, so um so um Coi Leray. And this is from Revolt. Coi Leray had a funny response when a fan tried to entice her by using artificial intelligence to plan the perfect date. A video detailing the experience was posted to social media by the fan after the exchange. Needless to say, they will not be connecting for a night out anytime soon. The fan sent a direct message to the rap star's Instagram account asking her to allow him to take her out for an evening. In the message, he claimed, "Not even lying. Give me one date and it will be the best night you've ever had." Expressing interest in the idea, she replied, "What's the date?" The fan, wow, talk about being zombie. The fan decided to use the the face emoji keyboard AI feature to come up with the perfect night out for the rapper. After reviewing a list of suggestions, he decided that the best idea was a romantic boat trip on the high seas. According to the video, the fan thought that it was an idea all girls would love. Responding to a question, he replied, "Taking a boat ride and watching the sunset." Her response to the date suggestion was quick and hilarious. How about you take a boat ride out of my DMs? Damn. Damn. Talk about being zombie, man. Oh shit. Coi Leray is known for her slick wordplay on her tracks, and this interaction showed that she is also quick-witted in real life. The artist is not shy when it comes to speaking her mind, and her fan interactions on social media have become somewhat legendary. She has taken on keyboard warriors who make off color comments about her and those who accused her of being cocky about her career. The No More Panties rapper has seen significant success in the music industry. Her albums have been well received, and she has collaborated with a number of influential artists, including Kodak Black, Lil Durk, and Nicki Minaj. Another Coi Leray news. Let's see. Let's see. She has a LP. Coi Leray has just announced her latest project, a 6-track EP titled Blue Moon. The announcement was accompanied by a series of selfies featuring Leray rocking a short. Hang on a second. Yes, a short blue pixie cut, adding to her bold and energy aesthetic. Wow. On August, hang on a second here. Hang on a second. Yes, on August 7th, 2023, Coi Leray took to Twitter to share the exciting news writing Blue Moon EP 5 songs. And yeah, in addition to the Twitter announcement, the player's artist also released a promotional. Hang on a minute here. Yes, a promotional video for the EP. In the video, the glitter-covered Leray can be seen posing for what appears to be a music video, donning a blue cut wig. The visuals. Hold on a second. Let me get rid of this thing real quick. Let me get rid of this thing. Yes, the visuals promise a visually stunning and captivating experience for fans. Fans and supporters quickly expressed excitement and praise for Leray's upcoming project. Oh boy, what the hell's going on here with this thing? One fan on Twitter commented, "She makes the best music, but y'all don't hear me though," highlighting Leray's talent and unique artistry. Another supporter tweeted, "Nah, actually killing it. No one does it like you do." Coi gets to the bag. While Leray has shared the title and some sneak peeks for Blue Moon, the official release date for the EP has yet to be announced. Fans eagerly wait more details, and anticipate the release of Leray's latest musical offering. This announcement comes amidst a successful summer for Leray, when with the release of her self-titled album Coi and the drop of the music video for her hit song Bops. Leray continues to make waves in the music industry with her dynamic sound and unapologetic style. Unapologetic style. Here we go. Okay, so I'm not even gonna really. So stay tuned for the release date. Remains to be seen. Okay, let's get into. Let's see. All right, let's see. Let's see. Um. Okay. Let's see if we can get to. Okay. Disney's in trouble financially. Let's get to that one, man. Disney is in trouble. Let's see what's going on here. Hang on a sec. Hang on 1 second. Disney's in trouble. Hang on 1 second. Let me just find that story. Damn, I don't have that. Wait. Wait. Hold on 1 second. Yes, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. All right. All right. And this is from Fool.com regarding Bob Iger. It's crazy, though, man. Oh, man. How about you take a boat and get out of the DMs? That was funny right there. All right. Hold on. Okay. All right. Some key points here. After several challenging years, veteran Disney CEO Bob Iger was brought back on board to right ship. Iger has a stunning track record of savvy business decisions, but some of his recent ones seem fraught with risk. Investors will want to keep a sharp eye on these moves, as any one of them could lead to more problems. Um, let's see. When CEO Bob Iger ceded the helm of Walt Disney to Bob Chapek in early 2020, he went out on a high note. The House of Mouse made box office history in 2019, generating a record-breaking $11.1 billion in the worldwide ticket sales. Um, the company also shattered the previous held record for the most movies to surpass $1 billion in worldwide box office in a single year. Hmm. Here's single year. Okay. Iger also presided over the launch of streaming service Disney Plus, notching nearly 29 million subscribers in its first 3 months of operation. Disney closed out fiscal 2019, ended September 28th, 2019, with the revenue that grew by $10 billion or 17%. Um, when Iger took back the reins in late 2022, he returned to a very different company. In the wake of a global slamdemic, theater closures, and the worst economic downturn in over a decade. Over a decade. Okay. Over a decade. Disney was a company in free fall. The once booming business had slowed to a crawl, and the stock had fallen more than 44% from its peak. Iger was brought back in hopes that his modest touch could restore Disney to its former glory. But the veteran has recently announced three moves that could backfire and spell trouble for the storied company. Um, Number one, selling a partial stake in ESPN. Last month, Iger said Disney was considering selling an equity stake in ESPN, one of Disney's most reliable moneymakers. In an interview on CNBC, the chief executive spelled out his reasoning. Okay. The challenges are greater than I anticipated. The disruption the disruption of the traditional TV business is most notable. If anything, the disruption of that business has happened to a greater extent than even I was aware. Iger said he's considering strategic partners that could either help us with distribution or content, aiming to transition ESPN to a direct to consumer network. The company has reportedly held initial talks with several major sports leagues, including the National Basketball Association, National Football League, and Major League Baseball. Hmm. Sorry about that. All right, let's see. All right, the rise of streaming services and the secular decline of cable have weighed on ESPN. The cable sports network is still a cash cow for Disney, but at risk of becoming irrelevant. Jeez, damn. Now I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on here, but why? Oh no! Damn, talk about being railroaded, man. Damn, son. Oh man. Oh man, that's crazy, man. But um yeah, so the cable sports network is still cash cow for Disney, but at the risk of becoming irrelevant. For the 9 months ended July 1st, Disney's linear network segment still brought in nearly $5 billion in operating income, nearly half the company total, but that was down 27% year over year. Okay, so there may not be an easy answer to the ESPN conundrum. In the first quarter, the major pay TV providers, include cable and satellite, shed more than 2.2 million subscribers, more than in any previous quarter, according to data compiled by um, Lightman Research. This secular trend will only get worse, but Iger is putting $5 billion in profits at risk. Sheesh. Oh boy. Um. So price hikes for Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN to bring its streaming platforms closer to profitability. Disney announced plans to increase the price of the company's streaming offerings. Effective October 12th, Disney Plus with no ads will increase to $13.99 monthly from $10.99, up 27%. Hulu without ads will jump to $17.99 monthly from $14.99, up to 20%. The company is also introducing an ad-free bundle that includes Disney Plus and Hulu, a combination previously not available, for $19.99 per month. Oh boy. The move comes at a curious time since Disney is losing viewers hand over fist. While subs at Hulu were essentially flat year over year, Disney Plus lost nearly 12 million subscribers over the past year, although subscribers losses in the US clocked in at just 1%. If some viewers were unwilling to pay up for its streaming services at a lower cost, these price hikes will likely accelerate customer defections. Iger should take a lesson from Netflix, which learned its lesson about price hikes the hard way. In in early 2022, the company raised subscription prices, marking the sixth increase in 7 years for its standard plan. In the quarters that followed, Netflix reported subscriber losses for the first time in a decade, shedding nearly 1.2 million paying customers. It probably isn't a coincidence that this happened right after the price increases. This is a lesson Iger should learn to heart. um, a password sharing crackdown. On the conference call to discuss the results of Disney's fiscal 2023 um, third quarter ended July 1st, Iger announced he was instituting a password sharing crackdown, saying later this year we will begin to update our subscriber agreements with additional terms on our sharing policies, and we will roll out tactics to drive monetiz- monetization. Excuse me, folks. Sometime in 2024. Iger has good reason to believe this plan will work. Netflix announced that it added nearly 6 million subscribers in the second quarter, up from 1.75 million in Q2. Much of the increase was attributed to the company's paid sharing plan, which allowed those sharing their password to pay up for users not living in their households. While that seems great in theory, Disney is and operating from a position of weakness with another price increase on the way and fading subscriber numbers. Some in Disney's audience might cancel their subscription rather than paying an even higher cost. Risky gambits. To be clear, Bob Iger has a stellar track record of making brilliant business decisions. In this case, however, it isn't clear if these moves are genius or merely downright risky. As a longtime Disney shareholder, I'm willing to give Iger the benefit of the doubt. He's earned it, but investors should be watching very closely to see if this trifecta of plans has the desired effect or lands Disney in hot water. Our stock pickers think you can do better than Walt Disney. Before you consider Walt Disney, you want to hear this. The Motley Fool Stock Advisor analyst team just revealed what they believe are the 10 best stocks for investors to buy right now, and Walt Disney wasn't one of them. Stock Advisor is the online investing service that has beaten the stock market by three times since 2002. And right now, they think there are 10 stocks that are better buys. Well, you guys want to check that out for yourselves and see if it works for you. All right, so let's see. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's go over some. Let's go over some highlights. Let's go over some highlights actually. Okay. All right. So um So previously, yesterday, August 5th, hip hop celebrated a solid 50 years of Rock the Bells in Queens, New York, and what a celebration it was. Star Studded doesn't even begin to cover it. With a lineup that touched every decade of the genre's history, the sold out crowd at Forest Hill Stadium were treated to performances from everyone from Rakim, Cold Crush Brothers, Roxanne Shante, Big Daddy Kane, Ludacris, Jungle Brothers, Brand Nubian, and Swizz Beats to MC Light, Queen Latifah, Slick Rick, Run DMC, LL Cool J, and more. Each act took to the stage and proved once again why hip hop stands tall in the music and cultural scenes. Excuse me. Okay, here are 13 dope moments from the 2023 Rock the Bells Festival. First off, number one, Swizz Beats reminded everyone he has more hits than Refrigerator Perry. Oh shit. Never forget Swizz Beats is a hit making machine. See him live and you are sure to be reminded of the mega producer's massive catalog. And in case you are still on the fence, he's happy to let you know how could how he could do this for 2 weeks, as he told the sold out crowd at Forest Hill Stadium partway through his set. I get fit. I got 550 songs in my catalog, he declared. His set included newcomer Scarlett, who pummeled her way through her DMX DM, DMX esque anthem. This is New York. Beanie Siegel also hopped on stage to deliver a few of hit making his hits, including The Truth. In the end, though, Swizz's set was mostly about honoring the legacy of his friend and one of his greatest collaborators, DMX. Swizz fittingly closed with Rough Riders anthem and Party Up, wrapping up his aesthetic oldie to hip hop's 50. Um, Number two, LL Cool J, Rock the Bells. Sometimes you forget just how many hits LL Cool J has, but the Queen's legend is always game to showcase exactly why he really is the GOAT. Opening the set with I'm Bad and flowing through hit after hit, including Doing It, Going Back to Cali, The Booming System, Mama Say Knock You Out, and more. LL was back by The Roots, with Always Cool as a fan. Black Thought backing him up on vocals. A highlight of his set came when he performed 4-3-2-1 and preserved even through technical issues, mostly because Redman and Method Man came through with explosive energy to bring the rap classic to life. While Black Thought handled DMX's vocals, De La Soul also made a surprise appearance after having their earlier set disrupted because of technical issues. They joined LO and the Roots on stage for a roller skating jam named Saturdays and Me, Myself, and I. Of course, Queen Latifah was there. Queen Latifah's set was incredible. While these days she spends a lot of her time catching nefarious criminals on her hit show, The Equalizer, she was ready to demonstrate that yes, she's still the queen and a legend. She sang, rap, and moved effortlessly through classics like Latifah's Had It Up to Here, Just Another Day, and even the theme song to her hit sitcom Living Single. To round off her set, Queen Latifah brought Rhapsody, Remy Ma, MC Lyte, Yo-Yo, and Moni Love on stage. Witnessing them all rap along to the empowering classic, especially with Remy holding her daughter on her hip, was an especially cool moment. Um, 4. Rakim was paid in full. The God MC wasn't just thinking of a master plan at the Rock the Bells festival. He brought it to life with a flawless performance. A lyrical giant and hip hop icon that paved the for elite lyricism. Rakim showing at the festival perfectly rounded out a diverse celebration of the genre as he delivered hits like Don't Sweat the Technique, Juice, Know the Ledge from the Juice movie soundtrack, My Melody, Move the Crowd, Mahogany, The Microphone Fiend, Eric B is President, I Know You Got Soul, I Ain't No Joke, and of course, Paid in Full. Of course, 5, Big Daddy Kane didn't half step. Get it? Seriously, Big Daddy Kane remains one of the best live performers in hip hop, and you've never seen him live, you are seriously missing the show. He danced, he brought his young son out, and he put a stamp on his legacy as one of the most charismatic, transcending lyricists hip hop has ever witnessed. Um, 6, MC Light's lyrical onslaught. An incredible performer, MC Lyte is a living legend and delivered a smooth set that brought the sun-drenched stadium to life as they rhymed along to songs like Cha 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 and Roughneck. Life Light is a superior lyricist, and her performance showcased exactly why. Um, MC Shy Rock got nothing but love. That's number 7. Almost every act that performed from Roxanne Shante to Queen Latifah made sure to show love to rap's first female MC. Of course, her set was dynamic as she reminded everyone of her place in the game and why hip hop remains a force in culture and music. Of course, number 8, everybody heard of UNITY by Queen Latifah, right? To round off her set, Queen Latifah brought Rhapsody, Remy Ma, MC Light, Yo-Yo, and Moni Love on stage. Witnessing them all rap along to the empowering classic, especially with Remy holding her daughter on her hip, was a spectacular moment and maybe the best of the entire festival. Number 9, Cold Crush Brothers crushed it. Opening the show, the rap legends reminded fans why they are considered one of the most pivotal rap groups of all time, who helped pave the way for hip hop's mainstream exposure. Number 10, when Grandmaster Flash dropped knowledge backstage, when Flash speaks, listen. Number 11, when Redman and Method Man jumped off the stage to get closer to the crowd, Redman and Method have long been two of the most respected live performers in hip hop, and for a reason. They know how to move the crowd. And they did just that in front of a packed house, running through hits like How High and The Rock Wilder, while two-stepping, throwing water on the crowd. It was hot, no worries, and generally commanding the vibe like only they can. Okay. Number 12, Run DMC are the kings of rock. Run DMC are the kings of Queens and rock the stage, running through a slew of classics like Tricky, My Adidas, and more. As Queen Latifah and Big Boy rapped along from the side of the stage, showing that even the biggest stars are still fans of music icons. By the way, Tricky, the song was featured in one of the snowboarding games. I forget the name of it actually. Um, no, it was SSX Tricky. I forget which version it was, but my cousin played it years ago actually. So yeah. And of course, last but not least, the love. Number 13. The Rock the Bells Festival is always a time to celebrate hip hop music and culture, and this year's festival was no exception. All right, so let me see what else. What else we got on the agenda? Let me make sure I don't forget anything. Okay, okay. All right. Okay. Obviously, everybody's talking about Barbie that made over $1 billion in the box office. So that's going to be our next thing to talk about here. So this is our movie Man Cave Popcorn. Let's get into it right here. And Oppenheimer, both they both took the box office actually. So both movies are actually doing well right now. So let's get into it right here. Um, hang on one second. Hang on one second here. One second here. Okay, Barbara Heimer. Barbara Heimer, of course, including Barbie. Let's talk about it. And this is from Variety. Let's talk about that though. Hold on a second. All right, so Barbenheimer is more than just a name. It's a full-fledged box office phenomenon. Over the weekend, moviegoers turned out in force of Greta Gerwig's neon-coated fantasy comedy Barbie, which smashed expectations with $155 million to land the biggest debut of the year. But they also showed up to see Christopher Nolan's R-rated historical drama Oppenheimer, which collected a remarkable $80.5 million in its opening weekend. Hundreds of thousands of ticket buyers refused to choose between the two seemingly different auto-driven blockbusters with sprawling cast and twin release dates. So they opted to attend same-day viewings of Barbie and Oppenheimer, turning the box office battle into a double feature for the ages. This is an unequivocally great weekend for movie going, says David A. Gross. Um, David A. Gross. Let's see. David A. Gross. Yes. David A. Gross, who runs the movie consulting firm Franchise Entertainment Research. Barbie and Oppenheimer are complementing each other at the box office, not taking audience from each other. The cultural craze known as Barbenheimer worked to fuel the biggest collective box office weekend of the slandemic era, as well as the fourth biggest overall weekend in history. It's worth noting that the top three weekends of all time, actually, this is the fourth weekend. This is the fourth weekend, actually. This is like week 4. So, of all time, were led by the debuts of sequels and massive franchises. Um, um, Avengers Infinity War, Star Wars The Force Awakens, and Endgame. Studios gave audiences two uniquely different, smart, and original stories that were meant for the big screen, says Michael O'Leary, president and CEO of the National Association of Theater Owners, the industry's trade organization. People recognized that something special was happening, and they wanted to be a part of it. In the end, though, it wasn't a competition as Barbie loomed large over box office charts, thanks to an inescapable marketing campaign as well as quality to match the stratospheric hype. At the international box office, the film made $182 million for a stunning global tally of $337 million. Um, The $145 million budgeted movie, backed by Warner Bros. And Mattel, dominated the zeitgeist in the weeks leading up to its debut, even reportedly causing a shortage of the pink color to a degree that's rare for original fare. So there you have it. Yes, Barbie is perhaps the world's most famous doll, but the movie isn't a sequel or part of a pre-existing film franchise. We have a pink unicorn here, says Jeff Goldstein, the president of domestic distribution at Warner Brothers. We thought it would be $75 million for the opening weekend. Nobody saw $155 million coming. This doll has long legs. Audiences and critics dug the PG-13 film, which landed a cinema score and 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Initial crowds were 65% female, but that's notable because it's almost always the inverse for any movie that generates over $100 million in its debut. Among its many records, Barbie also scored the biggest opening weekend ever for a film directed by a woman. Captain Marvel, which was co-directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, previously held the title with $153 million in 2019. Wonder Woman from filmmaker Patty Jenkins stood as the record holder for a film solely directed by a woman with $103 million in 2017. Gerwig, the Oscar-nominated director of Lady Bird and Little, wrote the screenplay with her partner Noah Baumbach. Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling star as the stereotypical versions of Barbie and Ken, who leave behind the dream house on a quest for self-discovery in the real world. The cast also includes Issa Rae, Dua Lipa, Simu Liu, Michael Cera, Helen Mirren, John Cena, and Will Ferrell. Okay, Oppenheimer may be settling for second place. Not that Universal or Nolan is complaining, buoyed by stellar reviews and premium large formats. The biopic about the so-called father of the atomic bomb is wildly outperforming expectations for a 3-hour-long period piece with little action and lots of talking. Heading into the weekend, analysts were anticipating a $50 million start, which already would have been notable given the grim film's subject matter and style. With the bigger than projected debut, Nolan has only solidified his status as a box office draw, no matter the genre, and his appeal as a filmmaker spans continent continents. At the international box office, Oppenheimer added $93.7 million for a global tally of $174 million. This is a 1940s period piece, says Universal's president of domestic distribution, Jim Orr. That speaks volumes to the appeal of Nolan and his prowess as a filmmaker. He has an amazing reputation for storytelling in the biggest format possible. Um, Nolan, the blockbuster director of The Dark Knight and Inception, is known to evangelize about IMAX, and moviegoers have taken note. Premium large formats um, contributed a massive 47% of the film's domestic tally. IMAX alone accounted for $35 million of global ticket sales. Around the world, we've seen sellouts at 4 a.m. shows and people traveling hours across borders to see Oppenheimer in IMAX 70 millimeter, says IMAX CEO Rich Gelfond. This is a phenomenon beyond compared in IMAX, and we're just getting started. Um, Universal is backing the $100 million budget Oppenheimer, which is notable because it marks the first time in more than two decades that Nolan isn't working with Warner Brothers. Um, yes, the backers of Barbie. He parted ways with the studio over its ill-fated decision to put its entire 2021 movie slate simultaneously on HBO Max. Adapted from the Pulitzer Prize winning book American Prometheus, um, Oppenheimer is a star-studded character study about theoretical physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer. Cillian Murphy plays the man who led the action at Los Alamos alongside an ensemble of Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon, Emily Blunt, Florence Pugh, and Alden Ehrenreich. With Barbenheimer taking up most of the oxygen at multiplexes, the other movies that were playing in theaters had to fight for scraps. Tom Cruise's big budget sequel, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, took third place, tumbling by 64% and $19.5 million in its second weekend of release. It didn't help that Oppenheimer is all about monopolizing the country's PLF footprint, where tickets are pricier than standard screens. The seventh installment in Paramount and Skydance's globetrotting action franchise has generated $118.7 million in North America and $370 million globally to date. However, it cost a mammoth $291 million before marketing. so it'll need to hold its own against Barbie and Oppenheimer to justify that price tag. In fourth place, the independent juggernaut Sound of Freedom added $18.8 million from uh, 3,285 theaters in its fourth weekend of release, which nobody really cared for. The thriller about child sex trafficking has generated $124 million to date, making it the 14th highest grossing domestic release of the year. Disney's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny rounded out the top five, bringing in $6.7 million from 2,085 venues. After 4 weeks on the big screen, Harrison Ford's action adventure movie has grossed $159 million domestically and $335 million worldwide. The only trouble, it cost $300 million, and remember, theater goers get a share of ticket sales, meaning Indiana Jones is still deep in the red. So there you have it right there. Um, in other movie news regarding Blue Beetle, let's see. And yeah, Blue Beetle's coming out this Friday. All that other stuff. Yeah, it's coming out tomorrow actually. So this is from Comic Basis. It is from Comic Basis. DC Extended Universe started in 2013, and now 10 years later, it's ending after Warner Brothers Discovery decided to start the whole thing all over again with James Gunn and Peter Safran as the CEOs of DC Studios. A new cinematic universe, collectively known as DCU, is set to kick off the July 2025 with Superman Legacy. By the end of this year, DCEU will officially conclude with Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. But before that, one other DC movie, Blue Beetle, is opening in theaters this weekend. So, in this article, we'll provide an answer on whether is the upcoming Blue Beetle movie set in the DCEU or DCU. Okay. Okay, so Universe, however, given that DCU will be a soft reboot of DCEU, it is expected that Zolo Mariduana will eventually reprise the role in DCU. Although the movie is a part of DCEU, James Gunn announced that Blue Beetle is the first DCU hero since the previous DCEU movie, The Flash, was used as the breaking point between those two franchises. DCEU will conclude in December 2023 with Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, the 15th and final movie in the franchise. After that, every live action DC movie will be set in DCU, with the exception of Todd Phillips' Joker, the sequel, and Matt Reeves' The Batman Part 2, which are officially considered Elseworlds projects. Hold on a minute here. Blue Beetle isn't such a known DC character compared to the original members of the Justice League, like Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. However, he still has a very long comic book history, so the executives at WB and DC finally decided he needed his own live action movie. In the next few paragraphs, we'll share with you some trivia about how it was decided to give Blue Beetle a movie at this moment and what that could mean for the future of the character on the big screen. Is it a good time to introduce Blue Beetle to the big screen? Blue Beetle is a very interesting character who can carry his own movie, no doubt. However, the question is about the timing of getting such a movie now. We all know everything that happened with the DC Extended Universe after the flop of 2017's Justice League and the unwillingness of WB to restore the Snyderverse after the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League in 2021. After the first Wonder Woman movie and the first Aquaman movie, which became the highest grossing DC movie to date, the WB decided to give more room to solo movies on the characters that didn't have much or any space on the big screen before. Um, the development of the Blue Beetle movie began in 2018. The movie was already promoted at the DC fandom event in 2021, where Zolo Mariduana uh, and the director Angel Manuel Soto talked about the preparations for the filming. The project was initially announced as the exclusive for HBO Max before WB announced that the movie would have a regular theatrical release. Interestingly, Blue Beetle was announced with the Batgirl movie, which was also set to be an HBO Max exclusive before it was ultimately scrapped, during post production. James Gunn and Peter Safran were hired last year as CEOs of DC Studios, and their task was to plan a new cinematic universe from the ground up. Gunn revealed some of the projects we can expect in the franchise's Chapter 1, but he also defended the release of these last DCEU movies, even though some fans don't really care about the movies that are part of the dying franchise. That also resulted in the box office disappointment of Shazam Fury of the Gods and The Flash, two DCEU movies that were released earlier this year, and the numbers aren't in Blue Beetle's favor either. I don't know about that one right there, but um, Cobra Kai star Zolo Mariduana um, was cast as the title character, and it's certain that he could play this character for a longer period if the movie turns out to be a critical and even more important commercial success. The problem is that the current status and the reputation of DCEU are putting this movie in an unthankful position because we know how much comic book fans love cinematic universes. If the Blue Beetle movie won't have anything to show that this character is a part of some bigger plan, that could put the movie in a bubble that could easily burst. Still, even though James Gunn announced Blue Beetle as the first DCU hero, it remains to be seen how interested the general audience will be once the movie hits theaters. Of course, it would be an awesome it would be awesome if people would want to watch a movie because of the movie and not because of the franchise. But unfortunately, that hasn't been the case for years now. Only A-list characters like Batman and Joker can still carry independent movies, which shows why WB didn't want to throw Joker 2 and the Batman Part 2 away for the sake of DCU. Um, let's see. What will Blue Beetle what will the Blue Beetle movie be about? Of course. Okay, so for those of you who may not know, the Blue Beetle movie follows the story of Jaime Reyes, a third character that assumed the mantle of Blue Beetle in the source material. Reyes is a teenager who encounters an alien Blue Beetle scarab that will grab itself onto him, creating a powerful um, echo exoskeleton around his body, turning him into a superhero known as the Blue Beetle. Although the character of Blue Beetle has existed since 1939, Jaime Reyes was first introduced in 2006, and this upcoming movie will cover his origin story. Although officially part of the DCEU, there haven't been any announcements or rumors that the Blue Beetle movie could feature some guest appearances from the wider DCEU. Still, it's hard to say, even if that would help the movie, considering that not even Wonder Woman's cameo in Shazam Fury of the Gods, which was spoiled by the studio itself ahead of the premiere. And Michael Keaton's return as Batman in The Flash couldn't help the movie's commercial results. It seems like the producers really want to make this an independent movie. We wish them good luck because only a good financial result can ensure we can see Mari Duana as the Blue Beetle in the new DCU, regardless of what Gunn tells us now. Um, the movie will also star Bruna Marquezine, Belissa Escobedo, George Lopez, Ariana Barraza, Elpidia Carrillo, Damien Alcazar, Raul Trujillo, and Susan Sarandon will play the original villain Victoria Cord, directed by Angel Manuel Soto. Blue Beetle is set to open in theaters this Friday, August 18, 2023. Okay. There's a few people that actually had a chance to review this movie, right? And I don't know about the whole idea of it being a bad movie. I can't say it's a bad movie. But when I watched the YouTube video of the YouTuber from 3C Films, he basically was explaining how it has a lot of heart and it has to do with family and everything else in between that's included. And of course there's going to be some jokes and everything else in between. So that's what that entails. Now I'm not too sure how bad it'll do in the box office, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So there you have it, man. I hope y'all, despite the strike that's going on right now, man. I mean, I hope y'all have a chance to actually get a chance to go see this movie because we actually need to take our minds off of this stressful stuff, man. It's too much, man. Anyway, um, Xbox has something crazy in regards to TMNT, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, the movie that recently just came out already. This was before it came out, actually. So, right now it's like in third place, also as well. So Paramount Pictures' upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and Xbox is serving up a totally righteous gamer's welcome for the fearless foursome. In celebration of the movie's August 2023 release, we are giving away a limited number of exclusive ooze green pizza scented Xbox wireless controllers that pair perfectly with game content that immerses fans in the Turtles' latest adventures. Okay, this is a little bit of a recap, actually. So, um, okay, amp up your gaming with TMNT Mutant Mayhem Pizza Center controllers. Satisfy your hunger for kicking butt with the world's first ever pizza center controller. Ooh, designed to deliver the smell of the turtles' beloved meal to your game time. These exclusive Xbox wireless controllers come with a built-in scent diffuser shaped like a slice of delicious New York's. The controller comes in four variations, each representing the signature colors, weapons, and personality of a turtle brother: Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo. And yeah, there was a sweepstakes that went down. This is basically this was based on Xbox Game Pass and all that other stuff. This was and I'm not, and pretty much this is a recap, man. I just wanted to actually include that in. And this is crazy, man. So I just wanted to include that in actually. So let's see. Let's see. So play with your favorite turtles. These controllers are great for games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, now available with Xbox Game Pass. In this timeless arcade game, you'll rock back to the 80s and choose your fighter, use radical combos to defeat your opponents, and experience intense combat loaded with outrageous ninja abilities. Stay sharp as you face off against Shredder and his faithful Foot Clan alone, or play with up to 6 players simultaneously. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have also found their way into the Minecraft universe in a gnarly new DLC for Minecraft Bedroom Edition, available for download in the Minecraft Marketplace, which took place on August 3rd of this year. Show off your skills as you take down baddies like Leatherhead and Krang. Explore iconic locations like the Turtle Lair and save New York City from Shredder. Play as any of the 4 turtles. Choose from 20 TMNT skins and be sure to head to the dressing room for a free t-shirt. Redeemable by September 1st, 2023. Cowabunga. Okay, so the synopsis about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. After years of being sheltered from the human world, the Turtle Brothers set out to win the hearts of New Yorkers and be accepted as normal teenagers through heroic acts. Their new friend April O'Neil helps them take on a mysterious crime syndicate, but they soon get in over their heads when an army of mutants is unleashed upon them. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is in cinemas around the world August 2023. Of course, obviously, you can pre-order Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem on the Microsoft Store, which already started to get great bonus content, and make sure to catch the digital premium release on September 5th. For more information and to watch the trailer, you can visit Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.com. All right. Let's see. Let me make sure I don't forget anything. All right. Okay, so let's go to Remains to Be Seen, man. Sorry about that. Let's go to Remains to Be Seen. Got a couple fun activities to do for the weekend coming up, so let's get into it.
Remains to be seen, kids. Get it? Remains to be seen.
Are y'all looking for something fun to do for the weekend? I got you. I got a couple of places to include here that I want to mention to you folks out there. If you are in the New York area and all that great stuff right there. But first, before I get to the hip hop 50 stuff, man, Angie Martinez is having a barbecue, so let's start there. So this is from allevents.in. Okay, so Angie Martinez is having a barbecue, which takes place August 19th, which is a Saturday. Starts at 2 p.m. So it starts from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. The Brooklyn Boardwalk, 3027 West 15th Street, Brooklyn, New York, and it's in the United States. Power 105.1 and Angie Martinez present Angie Summer Barbecue 2023 about this event. Join Power 105.1 Angie Martinez and her celebrity friends at Angie Summer Barbecue 2023. Be sure you go ahead and get your tickets now. Must be 21 and up to attend. And we got another got a couple places actually. So let's get into the 18th to the 20th for LA and stuff. You have the sick Lavia Koreatown meets Hollywood, which takes place from August 20th through December 3rd, 2023. You have Long Beach Walls, which is August 19th. You have let's see. Let's see. Let me see. I'm just trying to look for something fun for y'all in the California area. So you have the 818 day at San Fernando Valley celebration, which takes place from August 18th through August the 20th. For those of you who may not know, I am using the website timeout.com to get y'all some fun activities to do for the weekend and for the week. Y'all can check it out, all the listings that's going on right now. And of course, Drake and 21 Savage of of course, obviously Drake is from Degrassi, of course. Obviously they have they have a tour and stuff. But so until August 22nd, you can make sure you buy your tickets. Holly Shorts Film Festival. Of course, obviously August 20th. Make sure you get your tickets. Let's see. We got Flaming Lips. August 18th. And Earl Sweatshirts has a performance going on. August 19th. Splash House Palm Springs Pool Music Weekend, August 20th. All right. And on to New York, man. On to New York. Let me get there. On to New York. Obviously the Hip Hop 50 celebration of the birthday is going down. So let me just go to. All right, hold on a second. Yes. Okay. All right. So you got the happy hour at Timeout Market, New York, which is until November 15th. And of course, you have. Let me see. You got the Hudson River Parks Blues Barbecue Festival that's going down, which takes place on Saturday, August 19th, which is a free event actually. So you can check that out. Let's see what else. Of course, you have a free soft serve cones from Carvel. So there is National Soft Serve Day, which takes place Saturday, August 19th as well. And this is, let's see. Yes, and you can check that out as well. And Summer Streets from Saturdays starting August 19th and 26th, from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. August 19th, and Brooklyn in the Bronx on August 26th. It's also a free event. It's a free event, actually. Hip Hop Until Infinity at Hall Desk. Yeah, Hip Hop Till Infinity. Yeah. So this takes place. Um, so you can go ahead and get your tickets available through September 17th. It's $45 per person. Summer Sway at the Shed. Um, yeah. All right. You can check that out as well. Let's see. Genius IQ Barbecue, which also takes place on August 19th because of what's going on with Hip Hop's 50th birthday. Of course, you can head to the Knockdown Center in Queens on Saturday, August 19th for live music, art, and food for purchase. And Pusha T and Miles from hip hop duo Clips are set to headline the event. Um, Rockaway Film Festival 2023 is from August 19th to the 27th. You can check that out as well. Um, the tickets, full access tickets are $75, and single event tickets are $10. So you can check out the link for more information right there. All right, on to some other stuff. On to the other stuff. Fun activities to do for the weekend. Yes. So, all right. So there's a couple of things I need to address here. So starting with Perry Jones, um, singer is performing at SOB's NYC August 28th. Tickets is in the link in the bio on her page at Perry Jones Official. Um, we got a couple of things actually. A taste of 50 years of hip hop, hosted by Uncle Ralph McDaniels of Video Music Box, Becky Nunez, and Big Jeff Psycho Les of the Beatnuts spinning all night. Um, Butch Rock opening set by DJ Legend and DJ Prince. Performances by Large Professor, the Beatnuts, and many more guests in attendance. It starts from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. I believe that's a free event. Um, located at um, located at 121 University Place, New York 100003, second floor, and rooftop access. Hip Hop 50's birthday silent disco at the Astoria, Queens, New York Bohemian Beer Garden, um, 29 19, 24th Avenue. Tickets start from $17.50 to $32.93. And it starts from August 18th, which is a Friday, to Saturday, August 19th. Um, so so let me go to Cypher City TV presents Harlem Havoc, which starts this Saturday, August 19th. Um, OG Burner versus Pyro Tracks, Finale versus Shinara Deshaun Supreme versus Trapman Kane, Gutter Flea versus Rockboy Rom. Shouts to the homie Live that's in this event as well, man, versus S Drop, hosted by K Shark, which takes place 215 West 135th Street, New York 10030. Tickets is $25. Okay, so Randall's Island, Vegandale, New York, has some performers, which includes Rick Ross, Styles P, and Coi Leray. And it includes 250 plus vendors, foods and drinks, 25 plus samples for free. For more information and tickets, go to the website at www.vegandalefest.com. Hip Hop 50's Queens of Hip Hop Edition, Coca Cabana Nightclub, 625 West 51st Street, New York, New York, 10019, which takes place on Saturday, August 19th. Tickets is between $23, no, $23.18 to $71.21. You can download the Eventbrite app onto your phones and Android phones, or to get more information, go to the website at www.eventbrite.com. Big Summer Get Down with DJ Chuck Chill Out, August 19th, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Brooklyn Bridge Park, Pier 3 Plaza, which takes place 334 Furman Street, New York, New York, 11201, which is free admission. All right. So there you go, right there, folks. For all you New Yorkers out there that's looking for some fun activities to do. All right, so let me see if I covered the bases. Yes. Yes, we covered the bases right here, man. All right, hold that thought. Okay. Okay. Okay, time for my last segment of the night, which is Stream Choices on the Go. Let's go. All right, y'all know the deal. Of course, be sure to follow the podcast on Facebook, Threads, and Instagram, alongside with my other two shows, Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, my sports podcast platform, and my review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, alongside with myself, is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Turn on your notifications and do the same for Threads, and of course, when you go to the link in bio, you're gonna see a whole list of streaming platforms. I want y'all to download these apps onto your iPhones, Android phones, iPads, Android tablets, alongside with your Apple and Dell laptops. All right. So there you have it right there. All right. So if you go to the link in bio, you're gonna see a whole list of all streaming platforms, which includes Audacity, Audible, or Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podhound, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, Spotify for podcasters, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcasts. Don't need a credit card or a debit card to download iHeartRadio or any other apps that I just mentioned. Make sure you subscribe to 3 of my podcasts on every streaming platform that I just mentioned, which includes Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, the Sports Edition show, and alongside with Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, review show, and of course, Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast. All right. And also do the same with YouTube. Make sure you grab the subscribe button on the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555. Also, do the same with my other YouTube channels as well, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, the sports YouTube channel page, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast as well. Be sure you grab those subscribe buttons over there as well, alongside with clicking on the Noti bell, alongside with alerts so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. And of course, stay tuned for more of your content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes, and be sure to leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics. Tell us how you feel about the topics, and if you, and also one of the topics we discussed earlier in regards to being zombied. Has that ever happened to you? That's going to be the question I'm going to leave y'all with, though. You know what I'm saying? And also listen, stream, watch the episodes, share the episodes, share the videos, download the episodes, and make sure you listen to the episodes on Spotify as well. And tell a friend to another friend. Spread the word. Word of mouth is important. Make sure you share the link that says linktree/GMoneyStacks555 alongside with the podcast with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, friends, people you cool with from work, and wherever you meet new people, whether it's barbecues, whether it's clubs, block parties, birthday parties, wherever you meet new people, man. All right, just spread the word, and all will happen in the future. All right, everything will happen in one place. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. I'm your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator. Thank you so much for listening to episode 280. No, excuse me, 282. 282 is the episode titled Zombied. Remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard and earn it. And you don't need other people's validation. The only person you need to validate is your fucking self. All right? And of course, look and find something that makes you smile, that you enjoy. Be sure to follow your goals and dreams. Don't let anybody stop you, and everything else in between. And of course, creatively, mentally, physically, and spiritually, check on one another. See if any individual of your friends are okay on the inside. Show that you care. Show more support, and everything else in between. And of course, be on your P's and Q's that get you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. And yeah, that's gonna do it, man. I'm up out of here. I'll see y'all next time in the next episode. I hope y'all enjoy the places that I mentioned that's coming up this weekend, and including the dates. If you missed the places that I mentioned in the remains to be seen segment, regarding fun activities to do for the week and weekend, don't worry. This episode is going to be uploaded, and it's going to be uploaded for Friday. All right. When I get back from work, I'm going to upload 2 episodes on there, 281 and 282. All right. I'm going to do that. All right. So that's it. Peace and one love. Be careful out there. Be safe out there. I hope y'all enjoy the barbecues and everything else in between. Peace and one love. Thank you so much. You could have listened to any podcast in the whole world, but you chose to listen to this podcast right here. Good night, everybody.